Hello, my dear students. Welcome to science class. Today, I am going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter 11, force and pressure. So, this chapter is related to physics, and so this lesson will be your last chapter for first semester. Why? Because altogether we are having 18 chapters, 9 chapter for first semester, and the other 9 chapter for second semester. So already we are completed 9th chapter. This is the 9th chapter. Okay, so this is the last chapter, and very soon this month you will be facing first semester. First summative examination. So it will this exam will end before Dasara. Okay, so already we have planned for the exam, and for your kind information, I would like to inform you that. Uh, for first semester you will be writing descriptive questions also. Okay, some of the descriptive questions are also there. Okay, not only that is why last time for the unit 3 we have mentioned some 2 marks questions and all, 2 marks and 3 marks, so that it will be helpful for you to write the semester SA1 exam. So please, after finishing this lesson, just go with the do the revision, learn all the lesson from 1 to 9. Okay, and very soon your dates will be announced. So let us learn the chapter 11, that is force and pressure. Force and pressure. So first we are going to learn about force. Okay, so first topic is force, later we will learn about pressure. So force is a very easy topic. Okay, it is very easily understood. Force is the push or pull on an object. Push or pull. Okay, so if you push or pull an object, then it is called a force. Then it is said that you are applying force. Example, if an object has to be moved, it has to be pushed or pulled, isn't it? If you want to move an object, you have to push or you have to pull. And many other names are also given, like picking. So you can also move an object by picking, opening, shutting, kicking, hitting, lifting, flicking, pushing. All these words are used to do the action, that is push or pull. So if for example you are hitting, think that you are hitting a ball with a bat. So actually what you are doing, you are pushing the ball. Yes or no? For that we are given a word as hitting. So if you are kicking something, if you are kicking a ball with your foot, what you are doing actually, you are pushing the ball against you. Okay, so all this word. So for example, think that you are lifting a bucket of water from the well. So what you are doing, you are pulling. So ultimately the word is push or pull. For that you can do different action. Okay, ultimately it has to be push or a pull. So if it is a push or a pull, then it is called as a force. Think that, see here in the picture you can see a person is pushing the car. Okay, this person is pulling the luggage. And can you see the hockey player is flicking a ball. The flicking refers to again pushing the ball, changing the direction of the ball. The horse is pulling the cart, and the boy is kicking the football, and here the children are pulling the rope. So all this comes under the word force. Okay, this comes under force. Forces are due to interaction. So force is done due to interaction. Interaction means what? Interaction means when one object will come with the contact with the other object, that is called interaction. Okay, interacting, one object coming in contact with the other object. So if there is interaction between two objects, there will be force applied. We will read. An interaction of one object on another object results in a force between the two objects. Example, if a man stands behind the car does not move. Isn't it? Think that this person is standing here without pushing it. So will the car move? No. So if he pushes the car, what happens? He applies force. So what he is doing is putting his energy, that is force, and the car moves to the direction of the applied force. So if we push the car, okay, so he is applying his energy and the car moves. And where the car moves? To the direction of the applied force. So this person is pushing the car to this direction, isn't it? Then the car moves to this direction. That is okay. So the car moves to this direction. See here, isn't it? The car moves in the direction of the applied force. So remember that forces are due to interaction of objects. Now, the third subtopic is exploring forces. How will we explore means how will we learn force? It is very interesting. See here. First point. If two if two force act on a body on the same direction. Can you see here this one body? This is an object now. So they are telling it as a body. So this is a body. So if a force is acting on the same direction, can you see same direction? See, think that F1 can you see and F2 can you see? F1 and F1 are two person. I am telling it as person, okay? F1 and F2 are two person. They are applying force on the same direction. Can you see both are standing on one side and they are putting the force. So what will happen? We will see. See here, F1. Think that F1 is putting anything you can write. For example, think that F1 and F2 are two person who is having same weight, same height. So their force will be same na? They will put the same equal energies in it. So F1, for example, 2. F1 is 2 plus F2 is 2 and both are putting same energy. So what happens? So what is the net formula given is net force is F1 plus F2. So F1 plus F2, that is 4. So 4 is the net force. So what will happen? The object will move to the applied to the direction of the applied force. So object will move here, isn't it? So both are putting the force in one direction. What will happen? Very soon the object will move. Isn't it? Think about that. Think that you are in a classroom and you are moving your bench. Okay, so you will call your friends also not to move the bench. Think that your both the friends are moving the bench in a same direction. The bench will move very fast, isn't it? Yes. And also, if you want to change the number, you can change. For example, F2 is F1 is 3 and F2 is 4. Then the applied force will be 7. So 7 is a greater number now, and the object will move very fast. Okay, see the formula. Net force is equal to F1 and F2 if both are putting the force in one direction, the same direction. Come to B part. If two forces act on a body in opposite direction, can you see where F1 is standing? Can you see where F2 is standing? Yes. Now what happens? So this is like fighting now. Yes. So for F1 is moving the bench and F2 is telling no, I won't allow you to move the bench. So he is also putting the pressure, okay, in the opposite direction. Okay, he is also putting the force in the opposite direction. So what will happen? What will happen? See the formula. So if it is in the opposite direction, the formula is F2 minus F1. Think that F2 is 2 and F1 is also putting same force, that is 2. What will happen? It will be 0. So if both are putting the same amount of force, what will happen? The net force is 0 and does the object move? No, it won't move because the net force is 0. Now, think that F2 is a fat person, okay? So he is putting the force, that is 5, and F2 is not so is not having so much of energy, so he is putting 3. So what will happen? What is the force? That is 2. So will the object move? Yes. Where the object moves? So who is putting more force? F2. So object will move in this direction. So if F1 is putting more force, the object will move in the other direction. Okay. So last detailing, see, the effect on the object depends upon on the net force acting on it. So how much the force you are acting, like that the object will move. So who is putting more force on that direction, on to that direction the object will move. Okay, hope you understood. Next we will learn the effect of force on an object. So if you are putting effect on force on an object, what will happen? What all we can do? See here, first point. Force can make an object to move from rest. Is it? See here, a person is moving the car. So the car is in. Is it a moving car? No, it was a car at rest. So if a car is standing at rest and if you are applying force to that, what will happen? The car will move. So force can make an object to move from rest. If a book is on the table, if it is at rest. So if you push the book, then it will move. Then that, what does it mean? You are making an object to move from the rest position. Okay. Okay, that is what force can make an object to move from rest. That is the first picture. Next picture, you see, force can stop a moving object. Can you see the second picture? Okay, so can you see the goalkeeper what he does? The football was moving, isn't it? And suddenly he stopped the moving object. So with his force he can stop the moving object. Force can stop a moving object. So if you catch a ball, then the moving ball is stopped. So okay, so that is what a force can stop a moving object. Next you see, a force can change the speed of an object if it is moving. So see the bicycle. So if when the bicycle is moving, you can change the speed of an object. Okay, how much fast it has to move, how much slow it has to move. You all know, you all will ride bicycle and you know how you are controlling the speed, isn't it? If you want to make the object to go very fast, you can, isn't it? Especially the tire, the small kids, when even you people will sometimes play with the tire. Okay, tire, when you play with, roll the tire with a stick. Okay, you can nicely control the tire. If you want the tire to move very fast, you can make it go fast. If you want to slow it, you can slow it also. And also see here the fourth point, force can change the direction of a motion of an object. Force can also change the direction. Okay, so see here, even with the tire also you can change the direction. You can make the tire to go to the right and left. Okay, understood what example I'm telling? I'm telling of a tire. So some children will play with the used out tire na, only with the tire they will roll, move the tire and play. So here also in the cricket match also you can see the ball is coming to one direction. So when the batsman hit the ball goes to a different direction. So with the force, okay, so what the batsman is doing is applying force to the ball and the ball is going to the different direction. So force can change the direction of a motion also. Not only with the cricket, for any shuttlecock, badminton also we can change the direction of the ball. And see here, force can also change the shape of an object. See here, by applying force, you see in this picture, the shape of the duff is changed to a chapati shape. Okay, you can give different shape by applying the force on the object. So force can make cause one or more of these effects. So see students, this is so familiar to us, isn't it? We do force, we do apply force, we do understand this force and we apply this in our daily lives. Okay, so This is what push or pull makes to do so many things. Okay, force can make an object to move from rest. Force can stop the moving object. Force can change the speed of the object. Force can change the direction of the motion of an object. Force can change the shape of an object. So all these things a force can do. Next, we will learn about the types of forces. There are two main types of forces. Here, two main types. What are those? Contact force and non-contact force. Okay, contact force, non-contact force. Contact force means what? When two objects will come in contact, then force is applied. I told that. Non-contact means without contact also force is applied. That is, we will learn. Today we will learn about contact force. So contact force are of two types, that is muscular force and force of friction. See here, muscular force is so easy. We all understand that when you apply force on this bicycle, it will move. Okay, see here, and also see here with the by applying muscular force only, we will play so many of athletic games and all. Okay, even animals will put force. Okay, apply force, that is muscular force. We will read. Muscular force is a force exerted by the muscles of our body. With the help of the muscles of our body, we are putting the force. We use force for our various activities. For various activities. So day-to-day activities, what all work we do now, we do with the help of muscular force. Okay. Animals like bullocks, horses, camel, donkeys, elephants also use force to perform various tasks. So these animals all we will use it for our use, okay, to carry luggage or to pull the heavy loads, so many things. Okay, all this and for agricultural purpose, all this is done by the muscular force. Even humans also will use muscular force, and also animals will use muscular force to do the work. So understood what is muscular force? Doing our work with the help of muscles. And what work we are doing? We are applying force. When you apply force, what will happen? You will get our work done. Okay, whatever it may be. Okay, so if think about brooming, what or dusting the house or cleaning the house, you take a broom, and what you are doing, you are pushing all the dust particles, and their changing of direction will be there. Okay, all these things we can do in all the work. Next you see force of friction. Force of friction. Next contact force is force of friction. Friction. Force of friction is a force which opposes the motion of an object over a surface. So friction is also a contact force. But what is this friction doing? It is opposing the motion of an object. Okay. So whenever you can see that a ball is moving, if you see the cricket or a football, the ball rolls on the ground. For example, if it is a four, what will happen? The ball rolls on the ground and it has to stop now. How the ball has to stop? What makes it to stop? And that is nothing but friction. Okay, so there will be an opposing force that makes the moving object to stop. Okay, so for example, when we are running, so if there is no friction, you may fall. Okay, so when we are walking, if there is no friction, what will happen? Think that there is oil on the floor. What will happen? You will slip now without friction. So whenever we walk, there will be friction. Okay, if there is no friction, we cannot walk. So that friction lesson we will learn in the next chapter. But you have to learn that there is the force which opposes the motion of the object over a surface is called friction. Example, a ball rolling on the ground gradually slows down and come to rest due to the force of friction. So the ball is the moving ball. If it is stopped, what does it mean? It is because of the friction. What is happening here? See here. See this picture carefully. So see, an object is moving. This is the object. It is moving. For example, a bench is moving on a floor. Okay. Why we have to apply so much of force for the bench to move? because here what is there between the bench and the floor? Can you see the irregularities? Irregular surface, is it a plain surface or irregular surface? There is a irregular surface which we cannot see. Okay, so if it is a rough surface, if it is a rough floor, what will happen? It is very difficult for you to move the objects. It may be a bench or a sofa and all. But think that if you have a house and it is having a marble floor or smooth polished marble floor, you can move sofas and all very easily. But if it is a rough surface, it is very difficult. Okay, so rough surface means it is having more friction. Because of rough surface there will be more friction, and if it is a smooth surface the friction will be less. That is how we can move the objects in a on a polished marble floor. So here also, even the tire and the road, there will be friction between the tire and the floor. That is why there is a lines in between the tires. Okay, and also can you see your shoes? Okay, when you see the shoes, see the under surface of the shoes, there will be spikes or some lines. Okay, it is because to have friction. If it is a smooth surface, what will happen? It is possible that you may slip and fall. You won't get any friction. It is very difficult for you to run and all. Understood? So if there is many irregularities on your shoes, it will be helpful for you to walk, run, and all. So especially think about the tires, how the tires are made up of, why they are having some lines, gaps. Okay, because to have friction. So this is the friction. Friction is also a contact force. So if we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and comes to stop due to the force of friction. Cycling or rolling ball all comes to rest because of the contact force, that is friction. So under contact force there are two types of friction, that is muscular force and force of friction. Okay, so tomorrow we will learn about non contact force. So thank you.